A long time ago in a Honesdale far, far away. Dragon's Den, Games and Hobbies. Episode 1. The Rise of Games and Hobbies. It is a period of gaming war. Rebel players, striking from a hidden base in the heart of Honesdale at 552 Main Street, have won their first victory against the dull empire of the mundane. During the battle, Rebel spies managed to steal secret plans to the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Dragon's Den, an armored gaming store with enough power to provide endless entertainment. Pursued by the Empire's sinister agents, gamers race home aboard their starships, custodians of the stolen plans that can save their people and restore freedom to the galaxy. Join the rebellion and embark on epic quests, from the strategic depths of Magic the Gathering to the fantastical realms of Dungeons and Dragons, and the galactic battles of Star Wars tabletop games. The Den holds the key to victory. Our extensive selection of board games promises endless fun for friends and family. The Den is open for your daily dose of fun Monday from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., Tuesday through Thursday from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m., Friday from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m., Saturday from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're a seasoned gamer or new to the dice, our welcoming community and knowledgeable staff are here to guide you through the stars. For inquiries, transmit messages to 570-647-4633 or via the Holonet at dragonsdengamingandhobbies@gmail.com. Stay updated with the latest Rebel dispatches and events by following us on the Holonet at facebook.com/dragonsdenpa. Dragon's Den, Games and Hobbies, where every game is an adventure waiting to unfold. Visit us today and let the games begin.
Today's episode is sponsored by Dragon's Den, Games and Hobbies. You can visit them at 552 Main Street in Honesdale, PA, or call them at 570-647-4633.
NDT Gaming, our mission never raging. From pixels to dice, we discuss it all. The thrill of victory, the bitterness, defeats fall. Strategies, campaigns, and character stands all. I love for the games, both big and small. Through big souls and cards, our friendship will sprawl. Join us on the journey, gaming is engaging. NDT Gaming, our mission never raging. Malaysian. From pixels to dice, we discuss it all. The thrill of victory, the bitterest defeats fall. Strategies, campaigns, and characters stand tall. I love what the game.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of NDT Gaming. That was a nice way to come in, man. That was slick. Slick new song. I dig it.
That was pretty great.
Oh yeah.
Game.
How you guys been, man? What's been up?
Good. It's been hot.
Man, walking outside is like getting punched in the face. I work inside of a warehouse that does not have AC. Front counter does have AC, the front counter in the office. So I got to go up there for certain things. And I go back out to the warehouse. It's like, I can't breathe. Done. Toast.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
Yep. A lot of
That's
these
right.
job sites are non-conditioned, so it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the gaming show. Let's talk about some gaming stuff. So last week, I don't know if y'all remember or not, I had my niece and nephew up here from North Carolina. We got to relax a lot, got to hang out. I actually got to do quite a bit of gaming. So the game of choice, because my niece is really big into this game, it's one of her favorites, and my kids like it. We started playing Minecraft. So I haven't played Minecraft in a long time, and it took forever for me to even get into the game. So I'm like, why does everybody like Minecraft so much? Like even people my age, you know? I thought it was weird. First time I played it, I was like, all right, I get it. This is really relaxing.
It is.
So like when I started playing it, I was actually, I was playing Apex all the time. I was getting pissed off at that game. That game made me so angry. So I switched over to Minecraft to see what the deal was. I was like, all right, this is really nice. I'm not getting angry at anything. I'm just chilling, just building up my spot, going and mining, finding some caves and dungeons, just trying to find whatever materials I can. So I really started enjoying that. And now it's like, the thing that got me with that game is they drop you in and they don't tell you anything. Like when I turned that game on, it spawns you out of nowhere. You create your world however the fuck you want to create it. Spawns you in the middle of nowhere with no instructions. I'm like, what do I do? I don't know what I do.
It's a simple game.
It's adult Legos.
It's adult Legos. But I'm like, my kids are telling me, like, I'm like, what's the point? Do I just play around? Do I build stuff? Is there a mission? Is there a story? It's like, well, yeah, you gotta beat the Ender Dragon. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck an Ender Dragon is. I have no clue. So they're talking about portals and this and that. I'm like, I'm just cobblestone. Collect that cobblestone. I'm building like fortresses and castles and shit, digging underground. Dude, it's so much fun.
Diggy hole.
It's silly, but it's so much fun. I absolutely love playing this game.
It's actually a really big stress release for me is actually kind of go home and spend a little bit of time on it. And just like, I'm asking the guys who are playing Magic behind me sometimes, I mean, how do you get the diamonds? How do you get the, where's iron? What do I do with copper? What do I do with this? There's some weird guy stealing blocks. Don't stare him in the face, or, that. There's a green dick walking towards me. What the hell did I do that? Oh, he exploded and killed me. Don't go near that thing. And it was like, thanks.
Creepers.
So the thing with that weird black thing that you said, don't look in the face. My daughter was mad at me last week when I saw it for the first time. I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? And it kept like trying to turn around. I'm like, what? And I was like, I feel like I remember someone saying, don't look at it. She's like, no. If you look at it, it'll drop an item for you. So you have to look at it, because she was mad at me for something, not letting her do something. So I stared at it and the thing starts chasing me everywhere. I'm like, you're a dick. You're a dick. She's like, she had like this evil laugh. She's like, ah, ha, ha, ha.
I don't play it. My kid plays it.
When you play, Mike, do you play creative or survival?
Survival.
I have a creative world that I started just to like dick around in. I don't have as much fun with that. Like I like to play the survival mode. I've got my survival world, and I probably play different than everybody and their mother. I swear I do, because my kids make fun of me.
I'm worried about being judged by one of the 16-year-old Magic players behind me. It's like, oh, don't be a puss. Get on freaking survival mode. Don't do that. Just go,
Yeah. Well, the way I did it, like my kids thought it was weird that I just like started building up right in the beginning. I'm like, well, that's kind of what I thought I should do. They're like, well, no, you're supposed to explore. You're supposed to go find villages, go find caves, this, that, and the other. I'm like, I have no clue, dude. So like I built up my little fortress, right? And then I started digging underground, just looking for shit. And I'm like, there's a mountain over there. So I'm going to build a tunnel from under my house all the way over to that mountain. I'm like doing like the weirdest shit in this game. I'm creating tunnels so fucking monsters can't get me and shit. I'm like, you'll never get me.
If you like those resource games, like I play a lot of resource gathering games. Ark's one of them.
Ark is huge with that.
Yeah, and then there's a game on Steam called Satisfactory, which is pretty fun.
More recently, too, was it Pow World got huge with that?
Yeah,
that game blew up. That was like all everybody talked about for that entire month was how amazing Pow World was and how great it is and how it's just like the greatest thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean? And I got to play it a little bit in store. It was a lot of fun. It's like Minecraft meets Pokemon.
Meets Ark.
Yeah.
Ark meets several other things. I mean, gathering resources and whatever. And
resources, building, yeah, all that.
So the thing I think that I like well, aside from the fact that it's really relaxing and it gives me something different to do, the thing that I really like about Minecraft is that it makes me use my head, man. Like I'm constantly like, well, all right, what do I want to do next? Like I don't feel like there's really a point of the game. My kids keep telling me that I have to beat this Ender Dragon thing. I don't know what the hell it is, but like, I try to figure out what I want to do next. And I think that's the fun part to me. Like when I hit a spot where I'm like, all right, I don't know what to do next. Like I'll stop playing the game and I'll get off the game and do shit around the house and find that I'm still thinking about what I want to do next in fucking Minecraft. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like why am I doing this?
Because it's fun.
And this is another one of those games that's, well, I want to say timeless, but you also get your money's worth out of. Like this has been around since 2011, just like Skyrim. And it's been on so many different consoles and they're always doing more with it.
It's become like a gold standard in like building and like doing, they said like Ark, like everything like Pow World now. It is that standard of like, it's a fun game that everybody's played or their kids are playing. And it's like, Mom, look, I got the diamond sword. And you're like, that's great, sweetie. What the hell does that mean? You know?
Yeah, you got like Minecraft Legends, which is a newer one.
And then Dungeons too. I think I got my kids Dungeons for Christmas one year. That one was way different.
And there's books and there's toys and there's movies now and everything else for it. I think there was a TV series or a YouTube series on it.
Endless ways to make money with that franchise.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's like, you're right. It's like Legos in video game form.
At $20 a pop, they ruled the world.
And it's low enough you can get Minecraft on your tablet, your phone, like so. The space. I've seen it, $9 on the phone. You can get Minecraft. Yeah,
really? That's crazy, man. Like they really did put it on everything. Like my kids had it on their tablets and they loved it. I'm not one for playing on tablets or phones. I don't really like those kind of games. Like I couldn't do it. It would bug me. Joel says Fortnite greater than Minecraft. I haven't played Fortnite in forever either. Like as far as shooter games go, again, Apex for me. But
I'm not 14. I don't play Fortnite.
Fortnite, listen, man, Fortnite could be a lot of fun. I really liked when they put in the no build mode. That was my jam.
So Fortnite now is basically like an adult Roblox.
Yeah. The thing that kills me about Fortnite though, man, is the one shots that they put in the game. There's always something that they put in the game that makes it absolutely absurd, and like you could die with one hit, and I hate that about it. There's always something stupid. Give it another shot. It's a good time. And you know what, Joel? When I play Fortnite with friends, and I have a full team, I think it's fun. I think it's a blast. I don't mind it. Like I'd rather play Fortnite than Call of Duty.
Okay. We're gonna throw
hate
Fortnite one
I
day.
hate Call of Duty. We should.
I'd rather get to buy a card than play Call of Duty, honestly.
Yeah,
kills me, man.
I have not played that
kills
in over a year.
Call of Duty's too much for me.
Yeah.
I can't. Just like I'm getting to the point where I can't play Apex anymore. Alex is downstairs playing that shit right now, but I can't do it. The cool thing about Fortnite is it evolves season to season. There are new mechanics and weapons and maps. Yeah, and they rotate their weapons in and out. Like I've seen them go back to the earlier season weapons and stuff, and people really enjoy that.
And I think it's got one of the most toxic fan groups in the world that just got voted in. That's not me. That's like the internet, like saying
Really?
that it's right next to like League of Legends for like the most toxic fan group.
Yeah, I think we talked about toxic games one week. I forget when it was, but like League of Legends, you said I said Rainbow Six Siege was always bad. It made me that community was so bad it made me not want to play. The first time I played, I had a full squad. Every time after that I didn't, and I tried to fill in. I was like, nope.
It was pretty fun when they introduced hot mics to Call of Duty.
Kids today would have gotten eaten alive.
Yeah.
If you don't care about dying all the time and never winning, sure, you can have fun with Call of Duty. You're just looking for content.
Counter-Strike was pretty toxic.
Counter-Strike, yeah, that was rough.
Oh my god.
So was World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I could see that was that went through a period where people were playing that game like religiously.
People like quit their jobs, like divorced their wives and left to just sit in like a 1-bedroom apartment and just play WoW all day. And I'm like,
yeah,
all right, man, that's what you want to do.
I don't know how people can do that, man. I don't understand. Like I'm a dad. I'm a full-time worker. I don't have a hell of a lot of time to play games. So
I haven't seen the sun in years.
Yes, seriously. That's the point it gets to. And it's those people who have nothing better to do than play those games all the time that want to shit talk the people who are never on. Like, you just want to have fun.
Good scrub. Well, sorry, I have a job and the life and kids. Sorry, I can't dedicate years of my life to this video game.
Yeah, man, that's why a few weeks back, we were discussing the new age of video games and all the microtransactions. It's all these multiplayer games, and you're starting to lose the other stuff, like our favorite style of games, which it tells a story, and you're not going to have that in the future. I feel like it's all going to be all this bullshit, all this online shit. And I'm not down with that.
Well, look, we said with Final Fantasy the last time we were on, like, I knew they were going to nickel and dime when they remade 7, and everybody got all excited and flipped out and screamed and cried. Oh my God, it's going to be incredible. I'm like, they are going to nickel and dime everything they can out of this game.
Yeah.
They cut it into thirds, and they're charging us $70 a game just to play the game you already know.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and then they put that what is it, interlude with Yuffie. They put that extra piece in with Luffy and charged $20 for that add-on.
Yeah. So it's so hard to keep to the curve too. You need to put so much time and grind to keep up with all the good players, no matter what game you play.
And the matchmaking sucks, Joel. You know, I'm not that goddamn good at the game, but I always get put into lobbies with people who are way better than me. Like, come on,
yeah,
man.
you know what's fun though? Starting up Fortnite for the first time when you're level 1. Every time I've done this with a new account. So like when my son got Fortnite for the first time, he's only played it a few times now, but I played his first match. I always get a victory royal every single time that I play that first match at level 1 because it puts you in there with people who are level 1.
Well, that and bots. Like when you're a low level like that, it's got to be at least 50% or more bots.
I do say though, I mean it's better than the Apex ranking. Like, not this is it's better mixing the level of players.
Dude, listen, I was so happy when they came out with the no build, because to me, with original Fortnite, I could not play it because it was like mixing Call of Duty with Minecraft, and I couldn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't figure it out. These people, you just try to shoot somebody, they're building up this goddamn tower, this Taj Mahal. Like, what are you doing?
Well, remember back in the Halo days, it was like hacking everything in Call of Duty, and like that made that game unplayable because they're like hiding in the walls, no scoping, and all this other crap, and it was like you're not even having fun anymore. It's just to be a dick.
Yeah,
to be an asshole.
How do I keep wondering, man, how do people enjoy playing a game like that? Like, how do they enjoy being the one to be the cheater? Like, how do you enjoy being a cheater? What kind of I guess there are just people out there that enjoy being trolls.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't, like, I'd get so bored with it, man. You do it 1 or 2 times. It's like, all right, this ain't that fun, because it's just so much more fun to me to actually earn shit.
It was kind of the same way with
shit.
Mods. Yeah, like, so like there's some games I played, I beat, and then you mod it up, and sometimes you mod a little heavy, and you're like, man, now I got everything in the game. It's not that fun.
I did that. I did that with Skyrim once. I found this thing to create a potion that it's supposed to like boost. It's a potion that boosts your enchanting, right? And it's like exponential. So you would enchant a sword and it's like god tier. You didn't enchant armor, it's god tier. You enchant a backpack and you can carry infinite shit. And it's like at that point, there's no fun to it, man.
But Skyrim was like such a cutting edge game when it came out. It was so big and so massive. And
yeah,
you got to see like the plants move and like the wheat go across the fields, and it was incredible for like the PS3 days. It came out 11/11/11, I believe. That was
11/11/11, 100%. I'll remember that one.
And I remember doing the midnight release for that, and we had a line that was like snaked around the building, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is nuts. And people were like, have you played it? Have you played it? I'm like, no, I'm working. I don't have time to play.
Yeah.
I finally get to get on this, and I was like, holy shit, this game's incredible. Go back now, and you're like talking on the phone and just like killing all the win in like 3 hits, like you figured it out. So
yeah,
that's also one of those games that's become such a big part of gaming culture, where it's like, it's called this, comparing everything to Skyrim. Well, it's great, but it's not as good as Skyrim. It's as big, but not as big as Skyrim. You know what I mean? Where a while like Witcher 3 came out and everybody compared it to Skyrim, and it was like, yeah, it's good, but it's not Skyrim good. And I'm like, well, nothing's ever going to be Skyrim good, I mean, did you guys watch the video with them showing off Elder Scrolls? Was it 6 now?
I saw like a quick snippet. Like I think what I saw was like an overhead view of the map, and like that was it.
They showed Elder Scrolls 6 across the screen, and they showed like some music, and they showed some land, and they're like, and the guy came out and said, "Don't get excited. We didn't even start working on this yet." And he was like, that was like 2 or 3 years ago. So it's like, what the hell are you doing with that? You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of these franchises put a new game out every couple of years, every 3-4 years. So to be this far removed from Elder Scrolls 5 is crazy, and not having a next game. That's 13 years now. Well, this November, it's 13 years.
At Kingdom Hearts, it was like 20 years.
And I guess it's probably partially because they're always working on Elder Scrolls Online.
ESO, Fallout, there's a whole mess of other things that they're working on.
That's a shame too, because with a popularity of Skyrim, I don't know. I feel like they need to capitalize on it while people still remember it, and while people are still like super, like, because you can still buy it on every console. You can get an updated PS5 version. There's always new mods coming out for it. But I mean, at some point, it's going to die off a little bit, and people aren't going to really be as excited about it. But maybe they're just fearful that whatever they create is not going to live up to the hype and the expectation. So maybe they're laying off because of that. Who knows?
I think a lot of it even has to do with the voice actors strike and this thing that's going on right now too. That's big in the news right now.
Yeah, even I saw something pop up on that, and I don't normally see stuff like that. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about what's going on with that voice actor strike?
Well, right now everybody's just terrified of losing their job to AI. And that's kind of where, the guy even made the Terminator openly said, I made movies to show you people the dangers of AI and all this crap. And everybody's like, it's amazing. Yes, it's the right tool. It's incredible. But it's replacing, voice actors. It's going to replace artists. It's going to replace all this stuff. And I mean, where are we going to have games pretty soon? Just a genetic slop of here, eat this. You'll like it. Shut up. Here's Final Fantasy. Here's Cloud. Shut up and eat it. You'll love it. But that's just what a lot of it is. It's just like, God forbid these people get paid garbage. The average voice actor does not make that much money. I've actually got to talk to a few of them. And they're like, we're not making this insane amount of money that everybody thinks we are. We make more money at cons than we do get a paycheck.
It's probably the reason why, like, especially in the world of anime and even video games, you hear the same voices everywhere.
Because
they need those jobs. Yeah.
The kid at Taco Bell is making more than the voice actor for Serana and Skyrim. You know what I mean?
Such a popular character in that game.
You finally got to marry her. There you go, weebs.
Yeah, right. People were praying so hard for a mod to come out for that.
So it says they found common ground out of like 24 out of 25 proposals, but there was one, I guess, that they haven't agreed upon, and that was the AI stuff, like their contracts and the AI, and if they're going to be protected if AI takes over. So
now, I understand some of these studios wanting to protect themselves in case whatever game they put out kind of flops and they're not making their money back on it. So I get that part of it, but like at some point, don't you think that along with whatever their base salary is going to be for the project, maybe they get written in for some royalties or some shit?
Yeah.
I don't know if they do or don't. Is that what they're trying for, is to get the royalties? Because like if you get paid this low salary on a game like Skyrim that absolutely blows up and they're making money on it for 13 plus years. Like,
do you think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to fail when it comes out? That's like it could fail, it could go wrong, it's going to go do this. Shut the fuck up. You know it's going to sell 1 billion copies, you're going to make $1 billion overnight. You're never more money than Bezos.
yeah.
You think Fallout 5 would do the same, or do you think they would release it right around Elder Scrolls 6?
I think they would skip a year and do it if they were smart.
Yeah, I think it'd be crazy to put them together. I mean, especially since I think a lot of your buyers are going to be people like us who are, we hold full-time jobs. We don't have a lot of time to play after we're done with work.
If they were smart, they would release at the same time as the TV series, because we're going to New Vegas after season 1. So with the new game allegedly being taking place in California and everything, that's going to be huge.
And that was my point. So like with all of the stuff surrounding the Fallout series, Fallout 5, making a debut while it's still trending, while people are still talking about Fallout 5, because everyone's going to talk about Skyrim, like you said. It's not a buzz right now like Fallout is. Everyone's
Fallout's huge.
Yeah.
I sold Nuka-Cola for the release. We had a watch party in here. I had Nuka-Cola bottles. Like we cooked some stuff that was in the cookbook that we sell here. Like we go pretty heavy in the Fallout. Like there's guys in here with the Brotherhood of Steel tattoos on them.
Yeah.
And like that's it's so big right now.
That's another thing I'm ashamed of myself for, is never really playing the Fallout series. For how much I enjoyed Skyrim, to never have played those, kind of crazy.
Do you have the the PlayStation Plus?
Yes.
Fallout should be on there.
I think like 3 and 4 are.
Yeah. Because I downloaded 4. It was pretty fun.
I'll have to get it.
Fallout 4 is like
futuristic Skyrim, right?
So did you see that Game Informer was closing, shut down? No more. The magazine.
Was it 20-some years they've had it? It's putting its last publication out next month.
33 years of business. GameStop has owned it for about 20 years. So, they're closing their doors. So,
Sign of the times.
Sign of the times.
Do people even hold on to like hard copy magazines anymore?
I mean, I sold a copy of Electronic Gaming Monthly number 5 because I think it was like whatever it was, Resident Evil was on the cover. And I mean, for diehard collectors, there's Leon, Resident Evil 2 coming out. Is it worth getting? Well, yeah, I mean, of course it is, but physical magazines are a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Everybody's going online to listen to a streamer. Should I play this? I don't know. Markiplier seems to like it, so why not? So, I mean, it's just a sign of time.
Effect, man. Really.
GameStop says they made the decision. While they have triumphs over the parent company over the years, several reports have pointed to a bleak future for GameStop, suggesting that the company may not be able to overcome the difficulties posed by the industry and its current state. So, yeah, it looks like that's.
I can't hold back the laughter because I'm watching Mike, and as you're reading that, his smirk is just growing bigger and bigger. Oh my God.
I'm not spiteful at all. Don't worry about it.
No.
I just have more 360 games than GameStop right now. That's all.
Oh, I don't have that sound on here. I was going to say, because fuck him. That's why.
Yes, we gotta get some shit in this studio here for the gaming show. Oh my god.
Dude, I've sold more retro crap, great stuff for like the last 2 weeks than I've ever had. Like, you know, when I first opened the store and had a little spat of like video games in here, like you got one of my Hyperlink consoles, you know, you seem to like it.
Yep. That Hyperkin is really nice. I love it. I told you, man, I took one of my NES cartridges, popped that bad boy in there, didn't even have to blow into the cartridge. It started right up. Nice picture. I like that it gives you the options for the ratio. You could do full screen, and you could do like the original. It's nice.
While we're kind of closing that topic of AI, I wanted to share something. So I created this while you've been sitting here.
Of course you did. And he disappeared.
Yeah, sorry.
Little guy. What's up, Tommy?
All right, so I created this while we're sitting here. It's made by AI, so I'll share it before we get off the topic.
Dragon's Den, where gamers unite. Spicy owner and home, still under neon lights. Video games, board games, cards at every site. A haven for all, where fun takes flight. Come join the quest in this gaming paradise, where dragons roam free under endless skies. Adventure awaits with every roll of the dice. In Dragon's Den, where the magic never dies. From retro classics to the latest trend, dive into battles with allies and friends. Strategize your moves till the very end. In this realm of games, the fun never ends. Gather round for events galore, a place of joy like never before. Come join the quest in this gaming paradise, where dragons roam free under endless skies. Adventure awaits with every roll of the dice. In Dragon's Den, where the magic never dies. Where the magic never dies. Gather round for events galore, a place of joy like never before. Come join the quest in this gaming paradise, where dragons roam free under endless skies. Adventure awaits with every roll of the dice. In Dragon's Den, where the magic never dies.
Catchy.
I know, isn't that amazing?
Keep going. That was great. He's rocking out to that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to play that in your shop now, Mike.
Yeah, of course I am.
Dragon's Den theme song.
So now here's the
They
thing.
took our jobs.
Yeah, this is the thing when it comes to AI. Like you gotta, I mean, I have mixed feelings about it because I'm the one that always says technology is going to be our downfall. It's going to ruin society. It's going to ruin civilization someday. You know, I watched iRobot. I don't know about you guys. So I see that part of it happening. But, and you know, you mentioned before, Mike, how it's going to piss off artists. It's going to piss off this and that and the other. But I think, like, especially in regards to us here, like we're not gonna ever be able to afford to pay an artist something to do the things that we do, to come up with all the stuff that Jared comes up with. So we utilize it as a tool to help ourselves with something we would generally otherwise never have.
Yeah.
So in that aspect,
I mean,
it's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's going to replace, 50 people's, if that jingle is going to replace 50 people's jobs, obviously I'd say that's great, but no, like, I'd rather give somebody else the money to do that kind of thing than put somebody out of work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. It's coming with the times. It's replacing.
I mean,
It's a love-hate relationship.
I get the point too, because obviously I do a lot of things with it, and
So much.
and I've gotten
So much.
really good at it, and so like yeah, I mean you're right. Like this stuff I was not able to do, a while back.
It's become an art form.
I don't draw well, but it's elevated our podcast. It's elevated a lot of the stuff that we've done. And yeah, I have paid for things in the past. I've done a lot of that stuff. I paid for, intros and voiceovers and stuff with Fiverr. So, I mean, I get it, but like, don't hate me because I'm utilizing what's out there. You know what I mean? Like this is stuff. I'm not the one that created it.
So here's the thing. Like if somebody's going over onto Fiverr though,
yeah,
and they're using AI to make money off of people, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
that's kind of fucked up.
See, and
that was my, kind of my degree coming out of high school was graphic design.
Yeah.
And I mean, now it's like we used Shopify to build the store's web store. We used, Jared's logo and all that stuff. I mean, like, thank you so much. The days of graphic designing is kind of almost coming to an end, unfortunately, where it's like this is getting replaced everything. I was talking to my bookkeeper the other day, and she's like, look what happened when QuickBooks came out. She's like, that took out a huge part of my job. She's like, you don't need me for this anymore. Like, it does it for you. And it's like that perfect thing of, like you said, making the logos and everything where it's sometimes you just do not have the time. We have other things to go do. Like you guys, you run your podcast. I'm here every Friday, but like I have a whole mess of store stuff I have to do. I can't worry about that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So going backwards, you mentioned something about Halo. And I know we talked about it a little bit pre-show. I didn't have an Xbox growing up, never used Xbox, always been a PlayStation guy after Nintendo. So I never got to play Halo. Jared, you ever play Halo?
Pretty religiously.
Yeah.
I Halo 2, 3. I love Halo Wars. Love Halo Wars 2. I played a little bit of Infinite. As far as like some of the new ones go, I mean, I haven't got much into it. But
is there anything new coming out with Halo, or
they don't know?
They don't know yet.
I mean, the TV show just got canceled.
So let's I want you guys to talk about that. I want you to talk about the TV show because you both mentioned something pre-show, and I thought it was
how was it all? Like I enjoyed it so much. Like so
oh my god, how could you enjoy that crap?
I love who they casted for Master Chief.
You're not supposed to see his face.
I know.
That's been like a mystery since like 99, and now here's this guy. There's Mr. Chief. He's great. Yeah, keep going.
It just I think for me because of the nostalgia of it, like so you're like, oh, Cortana was good, and then when you got further into the series, and it was just like pitch black, right? And all of a sudden you just see the sword open up, right? That energy sword was iconic. And when you saw it on the series, it just brought it back a whole lot of memories. Like, oh, we know where this is going, So like, just seeing how they did it, I thought it was great. I didn't read the books.
You did?
No.
It's like the story's already written. Just follow the story. It's my fight with Lord of the Rings when it's on Amazon, the Rings of Power and all that crap.
Yeah.
Is you already have amazing stories written. The lore has been written. Just follow that. You don't have to go on some tangent or push an agenda or do whatever. I mean, just follow. That's all you have to do.
They seem to do that a lot with these either video game to movies or like book to movies, where they change up the story entirely, and you're like, what the fuck? Again, we'll use The Witcher as an example. They had a good story in The Witcher, and they started to veer off, which is why they lost Henry Cavill, who that man is Geralt of Rivia.
That man is king of the nerds.
Like, yes, he's king of the nerds, and I'm not looking forward to season 4.
I don't think I'd watch it. I mean, I've only seen the first 2 seasons. I haven't seen the third, but I think where you were talking about is where the story just started to veer off. I think that's what kind of got me disinterested in watching.
Yep,
it's so good in the beginning.
And I guess if you're not a fan of the game itself, if you've never played the game before, as a series in and of itself, standalone, it's probably fine. People probably enjoy it. But when you're sitting there and you know how the story goes, you're sitting there like, what the fuck? And
100%.
I'll say it about Resident Evil until I'm blue in the face. I love Mila Jovovich. I think she's a great actress. I think she did a good job in Resident Evil in that whole movie series. But like, I know Resident Evil, and that was so different.
Should have stopped with 3.
They should have.
Honestly.
Stop with 3. Cut wrap. It would have been fine. Whatever. But you know, like even the new movie, that Welcome to Raccoon City, was way better than anything like past that.
When I saw the graphics of that Resident Evil movie, I was like, "Is this a real movie?" No, it was all computer generated. Yeah, CG. It was so good.
I'll have to watch that one. I didn't watch that one yet.
Well, Residents of Evil made a fan-made one, and it was Keeper's Diary. You guys have to see that. It was just a fan-made, you know, kind of like little movie featuring Jill in the house in the mansion with the first one back in 1996, and it was well done for just a I hate to say low budget, but a low budget, you know, 10-minute like Resident Evil skit. It was actually really, really good.
Listen, I was just thinking about this yesterday because I saw another Fanimation of One Piece. Someone did something for One Piece, and I thought it was awesome. And I started thinking, man, some of these Fanimations are fantastic. Like, some of these people do a really good job with what they're making.
So kind of go along the lines. This is not really gaming news, but so what do you guys think about what they announced? Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom.
Knew that's where you were going with it.
And I'm okay to lead into that. People are going to be like, oh my God, it's crazy. It's insane. I love it. Can't wait. Yes, but he's not fighting. Like, this is not the old Avengers that you remember with like Tony Stark as Iron Man and everything. That's already passed. You're fighting the new ones that a lot of people did not like.
Now, wasn't in the comic book series, Dr. Doom
correct
was Iron Man,
right? But I feel like Marvel's in so much trouble right now that it was like, in case of emergency, break glass and hit Robert Downey Jr. one more time.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've hit that level where they're like, okay, Deadpool made $1 billion, great. What do we do now?
I got to say something about that too.
And
well,
Robert, you can't keep falling back on Deadpool, especially since I think he said he got in such a fight with Disney. I don't think he's making another one with them.
Well, yeah, let's stay on this for just a second because like I have never really read these comics religiously. I never read Marvel religiously or DC. Most of what I know is through the movies that they've made and, you know, cartoons from the past. So I actually, until this past week, never knew that Tony Stark or Iron Man becomes Dr. Doom.
Well, the comic books, Dr. Doom was Iron Man, so Iron Man was never Dr. Doom. If that makes sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Dr. Doom was Iron Man, but Iron Man was not Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom, right? Main character, Dr. Doom. Alter ego, Iron Man. He played Iron Man. So Iron Man wasn't playing Dr. Doom, if that makes sense.
Because I was gonna say, if
Tony Stark that way either, I get it.
If Tony Stark ends up becoming Dr. Doom in the comics, then sure, it makes sense.
Yeah,
sure. But if not, like, I always find it weird. I always find it awkward when like a movie series or a TV series casts someone as a second role. I think it's a little awkward. Voice acting, you can get away with it, but when you go from this guy was this person, okay, now that character's dead or gone, so now in this universe they're also this person. I don't know.
So did you know anything about Doctor Doom?
No.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, like, who would you see in that role though as Doctor Doom if it wasn't played by Robert Downey Jr.? Who could you see playing Doctor Doom?
See, I'm more of an anime fan than a Marvel fan. So.
Yeah,
But I mean, this is their throw the white rose kind of moment, if you would. This is their kind of like, because what was their last couple movies? Don't count Deadpool, Wolverine. What was their last couple ones? They all tanked. The TV series tanked. People are canceling Disney Plus because it's just garbage after garbage. And I mean, I said the moment he said, I am Iron Man, snapped his fingers and the Infinity Gauntlet and all that stuff, I said, that's their peak. That's it. Anything Marvel or Disney makes past this is going to be nowhere near compared to this.
he could have went out in style because that was iconic.
And everybody's like, no, it only goes up from here. And I said, it will absolutely never be as big as Endgame. And that's it.
But you were speaking about Deadpool. So in the realm of, so that was a character playing two people. In Deadpool, like, what do you think about like them casting a different person for a role that you've seen another person play? So in one of the X-Men movies, and I can't remember if it was Logan, I can't remember, but you saw Remy LeBeau, Gambit, played by I can't even remember, but it was not Channing Tatum. So in Deadpool, Channing Tatum is playing Remy LeBeau. Now I could say that everybody says how spot on his what are they called, Cajun, his Cajun accent, like a French
he's got the raging Cajun. Yeah.
So they said he did a spot on job. His accent was just amazing. And I get it, but man, I can't see Channing Tatum as Gambit when I saw these other movies. And there was a fan made trailer, like 5-minute, 6-minute trailer just about Gambit. And it was so much better than seeing Channing Tatum as Gambit. So
well, you went there to go see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
See Channing Tatum as, Gambit. That's what you went there for.
Although I thought it was pretty cool that he stepped out. Like, I was like, I've always liked Gambit as one of the X-Men characters. He's one of my favorites. So
favorite.
Yeah. And then spoiler alert. I should have said spoiler alert, but
it's the internet. It's been spoiled 3 times over. I didn't even watch the movie and I could tell you what happens. Like, I don't know. I don't care much for Deadpool, but that's just me.
Well, I was gonna say someone else played Deadpool and it wasn't Ryan Reynolds, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Right, since even on the first X-Men, when it wasn't the traditional Deadpool like in the red outfit, it was when, and I'm not saying it wasn't Project Adam, but it was basically when they took all the superpowers and they were combining them all into once. And they were like, it was Deadpool with his mouth shut, right? There was no mouth on him. That Deadpool was still played by Ryan Reynolds.
I remember that scene. It was like in the airplane hangar or some shit.
I want to see it. Yeah.
I think I remember that movie.
It's been forever. Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
I mean, they made the Deadpool video game. They did a bunch of stuff with Deadpool. He's in every comic book store around the world. You know what I mean? He's huge.
It's just fucking funny.
Sometimes I can't say his fans, but that's just me. But that's just me. It's my little humble opinion.
Well, I mean, again, it's the same. It's the same thing with Witcher 3. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch anymore. Or not Witcher 3, but The Witcher. I don't want to watch anymore because no more Henry Cavill. Fucking shit.
Yeah. Now, did you ever get into the Darksiders game? So there's a new Darksiders game that's going to be in development, or is in development.
It's been a while.
What is it? What is this Darksiders for anybody who doesn't know?
It's going to follow the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, with a sequel to the Darksiders 3 on the horizon. Let's see.
You're following the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse is what you're doing, and you start off with War. War is slow, but he hits hard because, like anything else, war takes time to gather. But when war hits, it's a big deal. He gets accused of starting the apocalypse, even though he's not the one who started it. So in the next game, his brother Death kind of comes out and is trying to clear his brother's name for starting the apocalypse because, like, I think it's like one of the Guardian. I think it's literally Michael and like Gabriel are pissed off at him for like, why'd you start it? He's like, I didn't. You called me. And it's like, no, we didn't call you. It's like, well, you kind of did. Like, here I am. So Death's kind of trying to clear his name, and where War was slow and clunky, Death was quick and nimble. Death can sneak up on you, and Death can come for you at any time. That was like how that started. And then I think there was a spin-off of that was Wrath. I think you were Death's daughter, Wrath. It was a good series. I mean, it was fun. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
It sold really well.
I'll have to look into that.
I think
Then. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, the third one came out in 2018, so it's been a bit.
It got okay reviews. It was like, but like the first and second one was where everybody was at, where the second one kind of played more like Assassin's Creed because he wasn't just clunky and hit hard. He was swift, nimble, and you could just kind of like, be Death.
And I even think that those games are getting stale.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed. You ever play those
The
ones?
same thing over and over again. Every game is the same with a different story.
It's just, to me, like these ones that are going. I like the ones where it's basically you're in the city, right? And you get these games, these newer Assassin's Creed games where it's so spread out. Like Assassin's Creed was all about scaling buildings, and when you have these missions that you have to literally like run across a map, and you're not able to scale anything to get there because it's all open desert, like the whole
Like Origins.
for me, yeah. I mean, for me, Assassin's Creed was about being able to scale these buildings, jump from them, and move around the rooftops, and being able to sneak up on people and stuff like that. It's Origins is the last one I played, and I think Dynasty. I can't remember which one it was, but they're just so spread out now. I know this new one's going to be more of a ninja type Assassin's Creed.
Well, Ubisoft kind of got in a little bit of trouble not that long ago with canceling all the DLC content. And they're like, but I paid for this. And they're like, no, you paid to rent it. You didn't read the fine print. And they got into a lot of people are like, that's bullshit. I spent hundreds of dollars. And we really appreciate that. But you didn't read the fine print. And that's your fault. And they're like, who reads the 87 pages in a, when you click buy or you accept all these terms and conditions? I mean, honestly, who really reads all those?
Not a single person.
That's besides the point. You're supposed to read all. Not one person. You click accept. Let's go play the game. And they're like, well, you hit accept. You understood it. You said you read it.
It doesn't say rent. It says buy.
Every time I just click agree to terms of service, I'm like,
yeah,
someone's gonna get me one of these days. Someone's gonna fucking get me, and I'm gonna get pissed. But
no, you agreed to give us your firstborn.
Yeah.
We're taking
yeah, right.
Also, if it punches you in the face, you agree to it.
Yeah.
But as far as Assassin's Creed goes, Origins was the first one I played. I really want to play Black Flag. I don't have it. I gotta get it. That's the one I need to play. Origins, I really liked. I get what you're saying about not being in a city, not scaling the buildings and whatnot. The thing that I liked about Origins was the history. Like, you got to see the pyramids, you got to see the Sphinx and travel the deserts of Egypt. I thought that was really cool. And the same with Odyssey. I thought Odyssey was cool.
That's the other one.
Same
Yes.
reason.
I like the stories. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the stories. I just can't with the spread out, because Unity is probably one of my favorites.
The other cool thing about Odyssey, though, was getting to fight the mythical creatures.
Black Flag was my favorite. I mean, it was absolutely probably one of the best Assassin's Creed.
I have to get it.
Getting on a ship and taking over other ships, and it was great.
If you like Black Flag, what do you think about Skull and Bones?
I haven't had a chance to play it. I hear amazing things about it. It's better than what was the other one? Was it Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
Because when Sea of Thieves first came out, you couldn't do anything, and a lot of people were getting really pissed off about that, where they're like it's great, I can sail. What else can I do? Well, that's it for right now. And everybody's like, I paid this to just.
I heard that's what Skull and Bones was, though.
It's more than sailing. Resource gathering is a part of it.
So you can do shit on land, because the last time I saw anything about it was when it was in beta, and people were mad because they were saying all you could do on land was go to the markets and get your supplies and this, that, and the other. They said there's not really a lot of exploring on land. Is that something that changed?
That's a little true. I played the beta. I think I still have it because I have an 8-hour free trial. I haven't even played 8 hours. I played an hour or two. So I can't really go much into detail, but the 2 hours that I played of it, yeah, you're going onto an island and you're going to all these quests. This guy's wanting you to bring back some items for you to make stuff for your ship. So you're constantly upgrading your ship, but you're going out, destroying stuff, collecting items from the sea, going to these islands, upgrading your stuff. But it's actually pretty cool. Like the stuff that you can upgrade to your ship, different ammo, different weapon types, the flag style. But and I think the graphics are pretty good too. You know, the way that you create your character in the beginning, where you're looking in a puddle of water.
That's neat.
And I mean, they did a pretty good job with it, I think. But you're right in the aspect of you do more on sea. But I mean, in Skull and Bones, the whole game is kind of so what it was they were going to take Assassin's Creed Black Flag and they were going to turn that, do a sequel to it, and they decided to do a standalone game, so it took longer. Developer, I think they used another studio that was out of the country, and so there was a lot of stuff that was going on with it for the development of the game. I think it did flop, but people do say good things. I mean, people like the game, people hate the game. So
the nice thing about when a game flops is you get it for cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, teach their own.
Yeah, I mean, reviews are nice, and hearing what other people think about games is nice, and same with movies and shows and whatnot. But like you said, Mike, to each their own. Everybody has their own idea of what's good.
But that's how you get cult classics. That's how you got like the Boondock Saints. That thing flopped in theaters, but everybody ran out when the DVD came out. Like, oh my god, you got to watch this! Oh my god, you got to watch this! You got to watch this! Or like the Matrix and all that stuff. I was like, I didn't hear about the Matrix until somebody in high school threw a DVD at me and was like, "Here, watch this." And I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That was how I got into the Matrix and how I got into Boondock Saints. Is I had a DVD of it. Like I didn't notice it was in theaters.
Yeah. Just some of my favorite games I've gotten in the past were on the cheaper end, and people had said they didn't like it. So,
well, I'm a little biased, but I mean, Operation Raccoon City and Resident Evil will always be one of my favorites. I was like, that game's garbage, and I'm like, yeah, but it's my garbage. You know what I mean?
My garbage, and I love it. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Sure is.
So anyway, we're gonna round this thing out here. I said I would mention some D&D news for your tabletop crew. So it's something that I came across I thought was interesting. I want to get your take on it since you're in the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I always said that I want to get into it and try it out, but I don't know if I have that kind of time on my hands.
You do.
But anyway, what they're doing now, the news that I heard now is that they're going to change some terminology, and that they're going to go beyond what this first one is. I'm going to tell you, but this is the only one I heard so far that's specific. Is they're changing the term race to species.
Correct.
And how do you feel about that? I'm trying to determine if his screen is frozen.
No,
change
it's
with
not.
the times.
I'm just trying to choose my words here. It's I think it's stupid personally, but that's just me. I mean, some people it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's not going to bother my game. If that's what it makes and that's what makes you happy, great. I mean, am I going to use it? Absolutely not. I'm going to stick to what we've been doing since, when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s playing with it. Their whole thing is like, we got to be careful. We got to do this. I'm like, I don't really personally care. It never hurt anybody. It never did anything else like that. It's been this way since 1970, whatever. And now there's a problem with it. I mean, my little humble opinion, that's pretty dumb now we have an issue.
Yep. And it's not even a term that's only used in Dungeons and Dragons. If you watch any sort of anime, they do the same thing. They use the word race instead of species when they're in like a fantasy world. It's the same thing.
I mean, it doesn't affect my game.
No, and that's the way I felt about it when I heard it. I was like, I guess it makes sense because some of the races are more of like an animal than anything, but like it. If I was a player, it wouldn't bother me, but I could see why some people would be like, "This is dumb."
It is.
This is dumb. It's been the same way forever.
Why now? Why is there a problem with it now?
Well,
and
I think it's
a lot of
just
GMs are not going to use it. They're just going to be like, "Well, pick your whatever here. I want to be a elf rogue."
Yeah, like we're just in a culture now where I think people are just nitpicking. People are just trying to pick apart everything that they see and look for a reason to be mad about things. It's like I tell my kid all the time, he's a thief of his own joy. I think generally in this world, most people are thieves of their own joy. Like we spend so much time being pissed off. Like there's no reason.
Just shut up and enjoy the game. And that's all I could say sometimes. It's like, just shut up and enjoy the game. Nobody's making you do this. Nobody's getting this. Just shut up and come down, play your game, have a great time, have fun, make memories with your friends. Because that's what the whole point of all this is. Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, whatever you're playing, that's what the whole purpose of it was to bring your friends together, everybody around a table, even if it was a kitchen table, a game store, whatever. Come bring the masses and play your game with your friends and have fun that you've been playing with since middle school and high school. And like, I have campaigns that have been going on since like 20 years now. I've known people that have been playing forever. Like,
holy
that's
shit.
the whole purpose of this was like, yeah, go out and enjoy this. You don't have to be a thief of your own joy. Well, did you hear what this is? Who cares? If it's not affecting your game, then what do you give a shit about? You know what I mean?
Like, have you ever heard anybody that was upset with the term?
I mean, people are upset over it. I'm in a room with these nerds every day. Something pisses them off every day. But I mean, like, nobody, there's a joke I said, nothing makes a Magic player happy, but that's my own little harmless joke to myself.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where nobody brings it up. Nobody cares. Everybody just wants to play the new stuff and have fun. Or a lot of people are like, the new stuff is great, but I'm just going to stick to what we've been doing. I've been playing the same character since and I'm a victim of that. Like early 2000s, I've been playing the same character throughout. It is what it is. And if it brings you joy and your friends are having, a beer and a 6-pack together and everybody's enjoying it, then who gives a shit?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that take on it, man.
What do you care what, Trina out in New Jersey has to say or something in California? Like, it pisses me off. Good for you. Sorry, you're having your fun ruined. It's not bothering me any,
Yeah, exactly.
I grew up drinking from a garden hose and, my parents let me go from, 8 in the morning till be back when the light comes on and, the street light comes on, that was my generation. So I don't know.
It was a different time, man. It was so different. All right. Anything else before we head out for the night, gentlemen?
Yeah, did you hear Dr. Disrespect is back?
Oh, that's right. We were going to say something about that.
I was just going to point out.
I saw a tweet
that he said basically, so he was going on making some tweets, but then he said, trust me when I say this to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not fucking going anywhere.
I mean, there are going to be assholes that still fucking fawn over him anyway. But
they're giving him the power. That's the problem.
Yes.
I don't know what he's going to do. He's still banned on Twitch. He's demonetized on YouTube. I don't know if he's going to go to Kick, but I mean, these platforms are not going to monetize his channel. So I don't know if he's going to, I don't know if he's got enough people backing him now to actually warrant him maybe starting his own. He's been a big thing about like telling the gaming industry they need to step it up, they need to create better games and stuff like that. And I don't know if it really worked, but yeah, I mean, he's not wrong, but like, I don't know where he's going to come back to. Like, who's going to give him the platform?
I don't know, man. First off, let me just start off by saying, when I first heard of this guy, like last year before, whenever it was that I finally heard about him, I watched him once or twice and didn't like it. Like, I didn't like his little persona. And now hearing his statements here, man, I don't understand how anybody can like this human. Like, I know what he did now. If you guys have not read anything about Dr. Disrespect, check it out. see why he got banned on Twitch, see why he's demonetized on YouTube.
Because that's what the kids love today. They love this whole like being a piece of shit is funny to them. I mean,
yeah,
it goes back to look at our era. We grew up watching Jackass, and we grew up watching, you know, Bam Margera, you know, smack Johnny Knoxville in the head with a baseball bat. You know, I mean, that was, we like it. It brings us entertainment.
but it's, I mean, I feel like this guy's on a whole other level, man. When he comes out and says something like he just said, like, I don't give a fuck about you. Like, come on.
I love him.
We don't, nobody, all these people that are saying negative things about him, we're just, you know, we're just social media warriors who don't know anything. We don't know anything. But we heard the story, and we heard that he was having inappropriate conversations with a minor.
Man, firsthand from a Twitch employee.
From a Twitch employee. You know, it's true. He never denied it, by the way.
He did not.
Never defended himself.
He said it was all in the past and should have never been brought up again. It's basically him defending himself. So,
Yep.
But the thing is, it's like, and I am not standing up for this guy because he's a piece of shit. He absolutely is. But this is the crap that gives him the attention that gets people talking.
exactly,
about
yeah.
power. You're like, it fuels the flame here, and that's all they're doing is. Does anybody actually care? Probably not.
I'm kind of hoping that the people that are mentioning it, like we're mentioning it now, I hope we can sway people enough to be like, all right, yeah, this guy's a piece of shit. I'm not going to watch him. I'm not going to give him the time of day. I'm not going to go to any channel he's a part of. I'm not going to watch his content.
But it's also old news now. We can just say, oh, he's at it again. I roll onto something new.
Yeah.
Where it's like, he's old news. Okay, we've already heard this. You know, it's another, you know, whatever. I'd rather talk about Mr. Beast cleaning up the ocean than hear about this guy. You know what I mean? Where here's a streamer that did more for than, you know, actually some governments. And that's incredible that this guy actually went out and like cleaned up part of a beach and was like, look what I did. Or, you know, and people are like, how do you do that? It's like, well, he actually did something instead of just talking about it. You know, it's crazy. I'd rather give him the positive influence. I'd rather give Post Malone credit for being, you know, one of the other king of the nerds who goes into game stores, buys counters worth of cards out of stores. And that's amazing. You know,
dude, the more I hear about Post Malone, the more I like that guy. Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, but there are haters just like everywhere else. There's haters that hate Post Malone.
I have haters. I mean, I opened a game store and people were pissed off at me for doing that. I mean, it's the weirdest thing. It's like you do something to bring joy to people or entertain people, and everybody gets like pissed off at you for it. The guy used to go right after COVID when game stores were struggling, would go in and just buy counters worth of cards out and being like, how much is your counter worth? Oh, $8,000. Yeah, here's an $8,000 check. Here you go. Clear. I'll buy them all.
Crazy, man.
People, I mean, with Mr. Beast, like the guy goes and spends all that money for eye surgery and stuff like that. And people are like, oh, like what's wrong with the guy? Like he couldn't do more for him. Like it's
people are never happy. Thieves of their own joy. I'm telling you.
Their own joy. Put that on a shirt.
Seriously. Yes, let's put it on an NDT shirt in the NDT shop, all right? Don't be a thief of your own joy. With a fucking game controller on it.
Don't be a dick.
All right. That'll do it. It's good for tonight.
Good for tonight.
All right. Guys, tomorrow we have our NDT day at the ballpark. It's looking like the rain's going to hold off until the evening hours. So we should be able to get our game in. Anybody who is going to that game, I cannot wait to see you guys there. I cannot wait to listen to Aaron sing the national anthem. It's going to be a fantastic time. I'm really, really thrilled about this. Can't wait. The next show should be, what do we got? Sunday this week. Okay, so we got a show on Sunday night. And as long as he's still good, my buddy Derek Osaresis will be joining us for the show. Should be a fun time. That dude is very well spoken, very intelligent, so we should have a good time with him again. This will be his third time on the show, I believe. Third time, yes. So, guys, tune in Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern for a fantastic episode of The Variety Show. Until next time, we will see you guys later.
Unleashing the hype, metal duels will be waging. Join us on the journey, gaming is engaging. NDT Gaming.